Welcome to the Blooming League of Original Podcasts.
And we're off and racing for a very merry Speed Junket Christmas. I'm your host, Aaron, and this week's festive starting line begins in old London town for a Christmas carol, or three, with a wise gal who always brings the gift of the gab. Now pay up your frankincense, PayPal accepted, and follow the Christmas star towards the nativity to say hey to the British Queen of Christmas, and if I should be so lucky, she'll unwrap her past and present, so pass the parcel and let the questions rain, dear, for the darling Debbie Isitt. Welcome to the Speed Junket. How's it going?
Hi, good day, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's all good, all good.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to have you on Thrush and Treasure in the future, obviously, but you're actually one of the past guests from another show I produce, Talk Musicals to Me. So you're the first crossover guest from that show to pop up on this show. So welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for doing this.
Pleasure. Great to talk to you again, Aaron.
Well, how was your Christmas morning? Was Santa good to you?
Santa's always good to me. Always, yes. Love Christmas. As you say, Queen of Christmas.
Yep.
For all the jingle bells and the happy thoughts and the goodwill to all men and women and everyone in between. Fabulous time of year.
Mm-hmm. Santa was absolutely excellent to me this morning, but then again, I paid for it all, didn't I? But anyways, now you are known, especially in the UK, for your iconic nativity film series. But who is the lady, the artist behind all of that? What is the ASL of Debbie Isitt?
What?
So who are you? Where do you come from? Your age, sex, location would be the ASL.
Oh, okay.
Internet slang.
Oh gosh, okay, old lady alert. Yeah, who am I? Yeah, I'm a writer and a director, and I come from Birmingham, which is pretty much in the middle of England, and I moved to Coventry, sent to Coventry, and that's where I set most of my work, actually, and the nativity films are all set there. Yeah, and I started out in theatre and moved into film and then back to theatre, and now I work between the two. But yeah, best known for my nativity franchise, as you say, which are 4 films strong. Nativity 1, Nativity 2, Danger in the Manger, Nativity 3, Dude, Where's My Donkey? And Nativity Rocks. And then I went on to make a stage musical of the original nativity film, which stars Martin Freeman as the school teacher with the most horrendously talentless children in the world. And he's asked to put on a nativity show with them. And it's a Christmas comedy that's sustained itself now and grown in popularity for 16 years. It had its sweet 16th just last week. The first nativity film.
Oh, wow. It's like a couple of weeks younger than my nephew.
That's it.
Goodness gracious me.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I just got news today that it's back in the UK Netflix top 10 as from today. So I'm sure that will keep growing up the charts as we get closer to Christmas, because it just keeps finding new audiences, which is the most amazing thing that I never expected to happen.
Yeah. And that's like what you can hope for an artist. Like on my other show, Thrush and Treasure plug, we have a lot of composers on, obviously, because we do musicals, but Rocky Horror Show kind of bombed when The Wizard of Oz bombed when it opened in the cinema, and it is literally the top out of everyone's greatest movies ever. So any artist, like, sure, you want that hit straight away, but for things to grow and find an audience, I think that's the ultimate end game for every artist, because that means it's spread, that means it's sustained.
Yeah, that's where the longevity lives, because you can have an instant hit and something just peters away then and it dies. So I think finding your work, finding its tribe, if you like, is what gives it its lasting power. And making sure that audience renews itself, that's important too. You know, I mean, Rocky Horror Show, and I went to see that, you know, when I was 17 for the first time, having seen the movie, and to see the live show and everyone dressed up and everybody quoted the words. And it was insane. It was like immersive theatre before immersive theatre existed, wasn't it?
Yep.
Interactive theatre, yeah. And to think that it's just only just recently come back round on a new tour. I mean, that's incredible. That's many, 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 many years ago that I went to see that. So the fact that it's still got an audience, found a new audience, is amazing to me. Yeah, I love it.
That's it. I was speaking of that tour, it starred, is he right here? No, he's down the bottom here, Christian Levercombe, who played over
Yeah.
200,000 performances, bloody hell,
Wow.
of riffraff. Speaking of finding your tribe, I've got a little tribe of people I work with doing these podcasts, and one of them you've recently employed, thank you so much, in the musical Military Wives. So how did that go, and will there be a next step coming up?
Oh, I really hope so, because it was such a beautiful piece of musical theatre. It was completely brand new, originated, in the room only a few weeks before we put it on, and it was just wonderful. Yeah, it was a very moving piece of theatre. It was funny too, because the women in it were all very strong and fun, and they were all very different and distinctive characters. But essentially, it was about a women's choir. All the men go off to Afghanistan, go off to war. They leave their wives and girlfriends behind, and they have nothing to do but worry and fear that they're never coming home. And then this character comes into their estate, an outsider, and kind of encourages them to sing. And through the power of song and their own personalities and their own strength, they really do overcome their personal fears, insecurities, depression, anxiety. They start to really find their voice. They come out their shells. They find an inner power and strength they never knew they had. And then they begin to take that out to other military wives and spread the word and spread the joy and spread the strength. And it kind of comes this phenomenon, which is a real thing. It really happened. There was a real choir that did this, and it spoke to not just all the military wives that came to see it, but it spoke to everyone that came to see it. People understand the power of music, understand the power of communal singing, and whether you're in a choir or not, you could relate to the characters, relate to any kind of community endeavor. And it's just so important that people have the access to a choir or a community group of any kind, whether it's a dance group or a craft group or anything, where you get to sit beside other people, like-minded people, and give something a go. And it's not about being the best singer. It's not about any of that. It's about being together and doing something, finding harmony, which is a little bit of a pun, but finding harmony within the discord of any group, because, not every group gets on at first, but as you learn about each other, you can find a way of being together and make a family. It's about families that are made rather than born, and no one needs to be in isolation. And so many of us are, aren't we, Aaron? I mean, so many people do struggle to make friends, or just to kind of find a way of relating to other people, or just to use some of their day interacting. And we know that's especially true of older people, but also lots of young people who are just perhaps hooked on social media, and that's its own kind of social interaction, but it's not the same as sort of seeing and looking into the whites of someone's eyes and sharing a joke or a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a walk or a song or anything else. So for all of that, this show was tremendously, vitally important, I felt, and people responded to it brilliantly. But is it going to have another life, a future life? God, I really hope so. It was great, but it's not in my gift, that, because I didn't produce it. I just wrote and directed it. So that's often in other people's gift, and I keep obviously making the phone calls and prodding them and saying what's happening, driving them mad. But I'd like to think that next year it gets a tour or a transfer. That's the plan, so fingers crossed.
Or a Melbourne production. Hint, hint, producers, are you listening out there? But anyways, we'll move on now. Are you quicker with your feet or with your mouth?
Mouth.
Yep, awesome. Good. You're going to need that for this. Now, the rules of the Speed Junket are very simple. You'll have 20 minutes to answer as many questions from our list of 100 as you can get through in that time. Once the time is up, the amount of questions you answered will go onto our scoreboard as points, where at the end of the season, the winner will receive the prize of eternal glory. The questions will range from personal tastes, personal history, through to random trivia, random thoughts, and other miscellaneous questions along the way, with some deep thought obstacles popping up to get you thinking and hopefully wasting time. You may plead the fifth on any question and we will move on. However, you will be deducted a point for each pass. You will get half a point for answering a trivia question. However, you will only receive the full point if you answer the question correctly. Lastly, the host, me, must say the number of each question before asking the question so that the listeners are able to keep up, as well as me. So, are we clear on the rules?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, we're going to get started on the race, but before that, would you be willing to take the Speed Junket Pledge of Honesty?
Yes, of course.
Yep, awesome. Good. Thank God for that, or we'd have to end the episode. Now, if you could repeat after me. I, Debbie Isitt,
I, Debbie Isitt,
do hereby declare
do hereby declare
to answer each question as quickly,
to answer each question as quickly,
honestly,
honestly,
and as thoroughly as possible,
and as thoroughly as possible,
lest I incur the wrath of the Oprah.
lest I incur the wrath of the Oprah.
Brilliant. Anyways, this week I'm using the same question list as episode 4 onwards. However many I'm able to get. Actually, no, episode 4 has already dropped. So there's a couple from episode 4 in this, but there's mostly from episode 5 and 6, as well as a bunch of new ones, which I've added in. So if you're ready,
I'm scared.
don't be, you're in safe hands. And I make it fun as well. I always throw in stupid statements and jokes and oh shit, I gotta start the clock, don't I? On your marks, ignite your engines, dim the lights, and start the clock. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're off. Are there any worthy candidates whom you thought were robbed of an Oscar nomination or win?
Oh my goodness. Ever?
Ever? Yep.
Ever? I don't know. Did Martin Scorsese ever get his?
Yes, for Hugo, I think.
Oh, too late. Way too late, and not for his best work.
Yeah, I agree.
He should have got it earlier, and definitely for Goodfellas, but probably for Raging Bull. And he should have won many more. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, awesome. Question 2. Are you a herbivore, carnivore, vegan, et al.? I want to say Episcopalian, but that's not the term. It's a fish eat, I don't know.
Yeah, so I used to be a fish eater only, but now I'm a carnivore. Yes, that's me. I do eat meat. I admire vegetarians and vegans and pescatarians. Are we saying that?
I'd say Episcopalians.
Yeah. No, I need to eat some, at least some chicken, and I like some beef too. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, no, give me a good cheeseburger any day. Question 3. Are you hoping to receive anything in particular for Christmas? Apart from world peace, of course.
Of course, world peace. Yes, I mean, I have a little list. I love a candle. I love scented candles. I love scented. I love scent. So, you know, really in the kind of I just always ask for perfume or scent or candles or you know, diffusers, things to make my home smell good and to feel like I'm constantly in a spa.
Yeah.
That's the vibe. Yeah.
Wonderful. Just feel sorry for me, people. The nephew asked for Lynx deodorant for Christmas. Question 4. Are you known to be superstitious?
Yes, I am a little superstitious because my mother made me that way. She insisted that I must never put new shoes on the table. And when I'm ever, you know, wrapping a pair of new shoes for somebody, say for a birthday gift or for Christmas, I have to go and do it on the bed because I still can't take the risk. I wouldn't walk under a ladder, and I certainly wouldn't put an umbrella up indoors. Obviously, I wouldn't say the Scottish play in the backstage in the theatre. So those kind of things, like quite minor superstitions, but they don't ruin my life, but I do adhere to them. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I say I'm not, but then I say chookers instead of good luck or break a leg. Question 5. Are you much of a dancer?
I used to do dancing. You know, when I was 6 to 16, I thought I was going to be a dancer. I went 3 times a week dancing, ballet, acro, tap, jazz, all of that stuff. And then when I was 16, my dance teacher set up a dance company and I wasn't in it. And that told me I wasn't going to be a dancer. I'd been ousted.
Oh.
I wasn't good enough. And I knew I wasn't good enough, really, but I loved it. So now I just dance at parties. And I think I'm pretty okay on the dance floor.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all right.
Just at parties, not like around the house for the sake of it.
Sometimes around the
Good.
house, sure. I mean, when I say parties, I do throw a kitchen party every now and again for myself. I am a bit Sophie Alice Bextor that way. I have a little disco ball. Yeah.
I have been noticing that.
You know, I do. I like a little disco.
Wonderful. Question 6. Are you prone to nail biting?
Not exactly nail biting because I have my nails done and I love long nails, but other things like that, you know, I can grind my teeth and, you know, nibble at bits of skin or pick at things or pick my face, touch my face, my hair, like I'm always fidgeting in that sense, but not exactly nail biting. No, I don't bite my nails. No.
Yep. Oh, I cannot help it. Ever since I was a child, I've got to stop. I really do. Question 7. Autumn or spring? Which do you prefer?
prefer spring. I love spring. It's my favorite seasons. It's full of hope and optimism, and summer is coming, and autumn is coming because they're all beautiful seasons, aren't they? But it's the future. It's something to look forward to. Whereas autumn just feels more like it's the end of, towards the end of something, towards the end of the year. And I like beginnings more than I like ends.
Yeah, in Australia, spring means Halloween season. Yes.
Oh yeah, of course, because you're topsy-turvy. You're upside down. I forgot.
That's it. Question 8. Battle. Who would win in a fight? Patsy and Adina versus Kath and Kim.
I'm going to say Kath and Kim. I'm saying
Yes.
Kath and Kim. I have to say I love Kath and Kim. I met them once, actually. They won't remember, but they were over in London, and I was so in love with their show. And we did have a little light lunch at the Soho Hotel. Maybe they will remember, I don't know. But yeah, I was just had a general meeting with them because I just said to my agent, I heard they're in town, can we meet? And he was like, yeah, I'll set that up. And they were absolutely gorgeous, hilarious, off screen as they are on screen. Yeah, they could give Adina some welly, absolutely. And Patsy would fall over.
Exactly. She's far too pissed.
Yeah.
Anyways, question 9. What's the best decade of music and why?
I think it's 1970s.
Yeah.
For me, because there was a lot going on of different kind of music. I was very young. I was a child in the 70s, but everything from glam rock to disco to Bowie. It was the beginning. Again, it was a new beginning of stuff. I mean, I was into so much. I'm still into glitter. I'm still into sparkle. Men wearing makeup. I love the sequins. I love the big stack boots. I just love the leather, and it was sexy. It was all sexy, and I love the divas, Diana Ross. I love the 70s. Just thought it was a really interesting time, and the beginning of Queen, just feeling like, who is this person? I love this person. Kate Bush. I mean, it was extraordinary. It was artistic. It was risky. It was avant-garde.
And it was on a lot of drugs.
Yes, and I was too young, but yes. It was.
Very much so. Don't do drugs, kids. Question 10. Best podcast you enjoy listening to?
We say Trash and Treasure. I'm going to say that because my mouth moves so quickly, and I really, really think you're awesome, Aaron, and everyone should be listening to this show. And you have such passion for your podcasting, and all the work that you make and the work you record for other people like Caroline Sheen is worth listening to because you're expert at what you do, and love it.
Yep, I expected you to tell me to F off and say Caroline's show, because for the listeners at home, I was motioning to the Thrash and Treasure poster behind me, so I was fishing for that compliment. Question 11, can you juggle?
No, I'm very what's it called?
Dexterous. Well, ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous? Isn't that when you use your left hand and your right hand?
Yes.
When you can use either. Well, anyway, I can't use either very well. I can just about write with a pen, but I'm not very good at juggling. No, I'm not very good at throwing things or catching things. I was put on the reserves of the netball team because they used to actually call me Butterfingers. So every time I caught the netball ball, I missed, and they'd go Butterfingers, and I'm on the sidelines. So it's definitely not my forte.
Yeah, well, she had a hot bod, Butterfingers. Okay, question 12. Can you speak any languages other than English?
Un petit peu, français, un petit peu.
So no.
Not very well. So that's a no. That's a no, or a 9. That's a 9. I speak the odd word. I mean, I toured in Europe for 18 months when I was 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
I was in a theatre company, and we toured all over France and Germany, mostly, a little bit of Spain. So I knew how to order a beer. So I can go into Germany any day of the week and say, I'm beer bitter, and I can say Dankeschön, and I can say Bitteschön, and I can say Auf Wiedersehen, and I can say ciao and tschüss, and I can say, I don't know, I can say little bits like that and get food and drink, and that's about it.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. I can ask for a beer very, very politely in Tagalog or Filipino.
Whoa, fabulous.
Pwede po bang umara ng beer?
Wow, that's so impressive. That's much better than I'm beer bitter.
Anyways, question 13. Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol has been adapted a gazillion times.
Yeah.
So which adaptation is the definitive version for you?
I don't really like it. I mean, I know that's really sacrilegious.
No, that's fine.
I don't like that story.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really appeal to me. So I suppose, I don't know, none of them. I think it's done too often, and I think maybe we should stop doing it and then, make something new. I don't know. I'm more into original work, and I think contemporary work is kind of really important because that will become the history of the future. And I think if we keep sticking with Dickens, and Shakespeare, much as I admire what they achieved, I think we're so literary and we're so kind of stuck in the past that sometimes I think we don't really value, the voices we have now and the things people have to say now. So I'm all about the power of now, and I mean, bar humbug.
Yep, no, I get that. The Muppets Christmas Carol is the correct answer, but
Yes, it was the correct answer, actually. You're right. I never thought that. I was being too serious. Yes.
No, you're absolutely right. But it's funny that it's the first time or only time anyone will ever say stick in the Dickens and it be a bad thing. Anyways, question 14. Do you have any recurring dreams or nightmares? Ooh, deep.
Yeah, I do. I have a recurring travel dream and a kind of fantasy landscape all the time. So I'm like, oh, I know this train. I'm going through the snow. I'm going through the Alps. I don't know if it's the Alps or not. Some snowscape, and I'm on the train. Or I go flying across the Himalaya-style landscapes. I don't know why. I don't know where I am, but they're kind of fantasy landscapes. But when I'm dreaming them, I know where I am. I know where I'm going. Bizarre, but lovely. Not unpleasant.
Oh god, I'm trying to travel, but I just can't pack in time, or I'm trying to run away from an enemy, but I just can't can't get away, or I'm trying to fly away, or I get halfway up in the air and I just float to the ground again.
This is telling you all you need to know, isn't it?
I know, anxiety.
You need to go on a cruise. You need to go on a cruise. Yeah, I used to have anxiety dreams. I don't so much now because I think it's sort of flipped, and now I have dreams of freedom and escape. I mean, it means I still need that, obviously, but it's flipped into a more positive dream mode, which is good.
I either need a holiday or therapy. Question 15. Do you have any theories about what life forms on other planets might look like?
Well, I mean, when I was a young teenager, like a 12, 13-year-old, to be a young teenager, I'd have to be 13. I realised 12 isn't a teenager. But however, I felt very strongly that I had been abducted from the stairs of my Auntie Mary's. Some kind of man creature came down and took me. I don't know if it was a dream. I don't know if I was hysterical, or I don't know if it happened, but it was a very powerful memory and a moment. And I talk to my sister about it all the time, and she says yes, she feels that things like that happen to her too. So yeah, I think kind of for me they're sort of half man, half lizard. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. I do have to put some eerie music behind that. Question 16. Have you ever told someone to shut up or put their phone away during a show? Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes.
I haven't. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
No.
I haven't. And you know why? Because I get it. I get that it's rude and it's awful and it's disruptive, and people think they're at the cinema and they think that the actors can't hear, or even the people next to them. I have tutted, and I've sort of kicked the back of a chair, to try and stop someone scrolling through a scene of a show that I'm watching. But I haven't actually said the words "shut up" and "put your phone away." I've just sort of done it more, in a more childish way.
I live for that. We saw that quickly. The Harry Potter play. I don't want to bring that up, but the 2-part version. So it was a long time before the transphobia. Anyways, the girl sitting next to my mum kept looking at her phone. My mum turns to her and says, "Do you mind?" That girl didn't rock up again for part 2.
Oh, mum's scary.
I know. It was so funny. Question 17. Ever mistaken a random stranger for someone you know?
100%.
Yes.
Oh, I'd say all the time, actually. Yep. It's one of my things. I went up to some woman actually not too long ago and went, "I love your work. I love all your work." And she said, What do you mean? And I said, You're an actress. And she went, "No, I'm not. I'm a primary school teacher." And I went, "I'm so sorry. You just look like someone I was thinking of. I'm so sorry." It happens all the time. It's so embarrassing, isn't it? But yeah, I always think I know people.
Yeah.
I just think, that's them. And I'd argue till I'm blue in the face that it's them, and then it isn't. It's well embarrassing. But there you go. We're only human.
At least I hope it's not them and they're just avoiding it. Question 18. Fashion brand you're most likely to wear on a night out.
Oh my God, that's wow. Fashion brand. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I've only ever worn kind of proper designers to premieres like
Yes.
that because I haven't had to pay for it because I would never pay for an expensive garment. But what I would say is when it was the premiere of Confetti,
Yep.
my wedding comedy, which was Fox Searchlight, and it was a big deal. It was Leicester Square. It was red carpet.
Oh,
So
wow.
obviously I was allowed to choose a dress from a designer and it was kind of sponsored. Well, the director wore Prada
Yeah.
and I loved it. I've still got it actually. It hangs in my wardrobe to this day. Couldn't get into it now, but I still got it and I will always keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like such a special dress and such a special night.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's I'm at such a fashion hoe. Anyways, question 19. Fictional family from TV you'd most like to be a member of.
Which I'd most like to be a member of. I feel like I am a member of The Simpsons,
Yeah.
but the fictional family I'd most like to be a member of is harder. Gosh, probably something like, oh my goodness, this is really hard. This is the hardest question so far. Fictional families, come on, fictional families. There must be someone. There must be some. Is there any non-dysfunctional fictional families?
Oh God, no.
No, there aren't, because that wouldn't be drama or comedy. So therefore they're all like my own. So I'm already a member of all of them. Lee, okay, let's just say, for the sake of argument, for the fictional family of Friends. They're not a family, but they are a family, right? So yeah, I could.
Two of them got married. No, four of them got married, did they not?
Yeah,
Ross and Rachel got married at one
yeah,
point.
but they're sort of a family of friends, aren't they? And I can hang out with them, no problem. I'd be fine down the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Be great.
Oh, wonderful. Question 20. From what I can tell from our short time together, we're quite similar in being a Swiss Army knife of creativity. But what's one skill you wish you had?
100%. I wish I could sing I mean, like an angel.
Yeah.
I want to be able to sing just pitch perfectly, easily, like a gift, not in my hoarse off-key voice, but in a really beautiful, so that people just stop when I sing. When people sing that can sing, I just stop and the hairs on my arms stand up on edge and I think, what a gift, what a pure gift. Just beautiful. Yes, please make me sing. I'll give my legs away. Is that what Ariel did? I don't know. What did she do? I'll give my legs up.
She gave her tail away, technically.
I'll give anything away. Just let me sing. Let me
Yeah.
sing.
Question 22. Given you're an artist, at what level can you be messy, chaotic, and disorganized versus the more producer side of you?
No, the messy, disorganized, chaotic side reigns supreme, and
Yes.
I'm so disorganized. I mean, it's a struggle. It's a constant struggle
Yeah.
to sort out my life, my schedule, my work, to get any work done because I'm so disorganized. I'm late. I forget things. I turn up to meetings on the wrong day. I go on holidays on the wrong flights. I miss flights. I basically just need someone to guide me through every second of every day. I am lost. I'm a lost puppy and a lost soul, and I'm stupid and full of shame, and
You're an artist.
all of those things that come
Yes.
with the territory. Well, Alan, you know what it is, but it comes with the territory, doesn't it? You hate yourself, you laugh at yourself, you think, oh, everyone lighten up. I was just 3 hours late, and then you want to kill yourself. It's it is what it is.
It's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster.
Like you say, you're always the wrong time for meetings.
Always.
Debbie, the listeners at home, I was 30 hours early to this recording.
I know.
Anyways, question 23. Greatest Australian film of all time.
Muriel's Wedding.
Yes, correct answer.
I mean, it just, took my heart. One of my favorite all-time films. Funny, sad, true. And like Australians, honest. I love the film. I love Australia. I love Australians.
Wonderful.
And it was great. Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Question 24. Greatest sports person of all time.
Well, I think I'm going to have to say Muhammad Ali. I grew up with Muhammad Ali and I watched his, experienced his changes, his growth, his demise through Parkinson's, his great chat show moments with Michael Parkinson, He's challenging ethics about religion at the time, fearlessness, he being his true self, taking himself out of sport into the world of polemic and giving voice to other people. And he was so handsome. He was such a poet. He was an artist in his boxing. He was a dancer. He was a champion. And I think he was one of the true greats of sport.
Yeah, awesome. That was the same answer as last week.
Wow.
Question 25. Growing up, was there a weird neighborhood house or weird neighborhood weirdo that you would avoid or deliberately talk to?
Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, there was always the boy at number 4, and he was constantly out the window. And, you know, that's awful now to think, isn't it? That we were like, run past number 4 because he might be staring at us, you know. And we just used to imagine as kids, you know, what he was up to. And it was like, quick, run. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Bless him. Probably desperate to just like come out and have a chat.
Yeah.
But stupid young kids that we were, we thought he was from Halloween, the movie or something, like Jason, you know, it was like crazy. But yeah, of course there was. Yeah, there is. Every kid has someone they can't relate to, basically.
You'll be happy to know he grew up to be your local minister.
Oh,
Question 26. Have you done all of your Christmas shopping yet?
oh, absolutely not. No,
Absolutely not. Tisk tisk.
no. Lastminute.com.
Yep. Question 27. Have you ever accidentally or deliberately consumed something that wasn't... That's it. Time's up.
Okay.
How do I stop this? Oh, dismiss. So, but anyways, that's it. You made it to the finish line. But where have you placed on the ladder? Drum roll, please. You answered 26 questions, which puts you in last place. Aww.
Oh.
So not quite into our semi-finals or our championship rounds, but you do have a chance at our losers wildcard round,
Yay!
where the bottom 10 will be invited back to have another go and hopefully do better than the first time. So
Wow, I love being in the losers group. That's the story of my life.
it's not that scary.
Yeah, well, it was better than I thought. I was scared.
Yeah, and people think it's going to be easy too. Yeah, it's really not easy.
No, it's not easy. No, it's not easy.
No, it's not, because you want to talk about things, and I certainly don't make it easy because we didn't get too far through. No, but that's wonderful. That's what I want. I want people to get low numbers because then we have a series. If everyone's getting high numbers, then we don't have a series, do we?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No, that's it.
It's great. It's a great format, and you just don't know where it's going to get you next. Like we don't know. Like the questions are brilliant. Like you've got that down.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Now, just before I let you go, where can people find you on the social medias?
I'm on Instagram, really. I'm not very social media. I mean, I think if you Google me, you'll find me. And I'm on Instagram. I think I'm on X, but I don't really post very much. There's loads of stuff on TikTok, but it's not really me. It's other people TikToking about nativity. There's loads and loads, billions of videos and stuff. But yeah, I mean, you can usually find me in my kitchen having a cup of tea and trying to write.
Or a disco.
We're having a disco.
Awesome. I tend to do ballet in the kitchen when I'm like cooking and stuff like that.
I did ballet in lockdown. I did ballet in the kitchen.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I use the kitchen unit as my bar and did ballet every day. Yeah.
We've got to be careful though, because with, you know, the handles sticking out and
Yes,
stuff like that.
accidents can happen.
Accidents can happen, and Final Destination is a thing
Yeah.
that I have on my wall. But anyways, that's it for this week's Speed Junket. That's been Debbie Isitt. I've been Aaron Ware, and this has been a whirlwind. Take care. Thanks for listening. Merry Christmas, and we shall see you on the next Speed Junket starting line, wherever in the world that may be. Hooroo!